Hi everyone, it's Paulette from BespokeHR and welcome to our next BespokeHR Bites. I'm excited to share this one with you today because this is an area of frustration that we hear over and over again, and it's about managing your time effectively. So if you ever feel like there's just not enough hours in the day to get everything done, then hopefully this tool might be useful for you. Today we're going to explore Stephen Covey's rocks, pebble and sand strategy to help you prioritise your time more effectively. I love this strategy as it's a powerful metaphor for managing your time and priorities, and most importantly, ensuring that what matters most doesn't get pushed aside. I wanted to start by sharing a story of one of our clients. Let's call her Sarah. She's a CEO of a rapidly growing scale-up business, a company that we love working with every day here at Bespoke. With a growing team, increasing client demands, managing cash flow issues and priorities, Sarah would ring us regularly feeling overwhelmed and struggling to manage her time effectively with competing pressures being thrown at her all day. When things were at their worst, when things were really bad, she found herself constantly in firefighting mode, dealing with the minor issues, what we call the sand in this model, instead of focusing on the strategic goals, the rocks. This was leading to missed deadlines, extra conflict, personal and team burnout, and ultimately stalled growth and underperformance. This is where I find the rocks, pebble and sand strategy a great model to use to help. So let me just break down the model a little bit for you if you don't know it, and if you do know it, it's a great refresher. So the rocks represent your most important priorities and goals. These are the things that if you do them will drive your business or department forward. The pebbles are tasks that are important, but they're not critical. So they're things like your routine meetings, your minor projects, the things I often call the enablers. And the sand represents the small, everyday tasks and interruptions that can very easily fill your day, but don't contribute significantly to your longer-term goals. For those who don't know the strategy, the model or the metaphor is, imagine you have a large empty glass jar that you've got, and then on the side you've got big rocks, you've got medium-sized pebbles, and then you've got sand in front of you. And the goal is to fit all of these items into the jar without it spilling over. Now, the experiment that was conducted was done in a university, and the lecturer came in and put the big rocks in first and said, "Is the jar full?" And the audience went, "Yep, no, it's full." And then he went and got the little pebbles, and he says, "Well, now is the jar full?" And the audience went, "Oh, no, now it's full." And then he got the sand and he filled the jar to the brim, and he said, "Now is the jar full?" And everyone said, "Yes, the jar is full." And what that really represented was just how much can fit in the jar, and in our case, in our day or in our weeks, if we prioritise and put things in the right order, we can actually achieve a better outcome. The flip side is that if you fill that jar with sand, or in our case, with the minutiae, with the everyday things that don't make a difference, we can definitely fill up our time. We can definitely fill up our capacity. But the issue is we're actually not going to get anywhere near. It's not going to take us anywhere. It's not going to help us achieve our goals. It's certainly not going to help us achieve our rocks because we just can't fit the time in to get the important things done. When Sarah implemented the rocks, pebbles, sand strategy, she noticed a significant improvement in her productivity. She was able to better understand, most importantly, what to say yes to and what to say no to. Something that I think is such an important thing to be able to realise. And what that led to was better project outcomes and a much, much more engaged team. In fact, she actually got excited on a Friday to plan her week, because when she really understood what was important, she made sure that she put them in her calendar first to make sure that that was getting the priority time. That was getting where she was, dominating and spending her energy, was on the things that were going to make the biggest difference and ultimately produce the best results. So I wanted to share a few takeaways to sum this model up. The first is choose your time wisely and prioritize your top priorities. So make sure you understand what are your rocks, what are those things that if you focus on first will make the biggest difference. And schedule them in your diary, schedule them in your calendar, schedule them in your priorities first. The second thing is if pebbles keep dominating your time, if your day is disappearing from you and you've got all these pebbles or sand that are not allowing you to get to your rocks, you can't ignore it. You've got to deal with it. But what you want to be able to do is really pay attention to that, to be able to go, what would I need to upskill someone in to take over from me? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to deprioritize? What do I need to give a bigger time frame to? So I'm not committing to have to do it straight away, but I'll let people know they'll get it next week. If you can understand what the things are that you're prioritizing over your rocks, then you can put some plans in place to actually de-escalate them and deprioritize them in your world. The third tip is to celebrate your wins. When you achieve your rocks, you want to actually make sure that you're recognizing the win, because that's going to help you stay motivated to stick to the process. And the last thing is, if you've never done an exercise to trap your time, if you've never actually understood where your day goes, it's a great exercise to do. Now, our lawyers and our accountant friends can definitely help out here because they track their time in 6-minute slots. Not something that everybody loves, but if you've never done that exercise, I highly recommend it. So start with an ideal plan of 6-minute slots for a day, and then track for a week or 2 weeks what you actually spend your time on. The analysis of that will absolutely be mind-blowing, because what you'll start to realize is a lot of the sand that you focus on in the week, and that's going to help you strategize and put some things in place to help you spend a lot more time on your rocks. So start identifying your rocks today and see the difference it makes. I'd love you to share it back with us because those are the things that we absolutely love working with our clients on, is giving them more time and allowing them to achieve greater results than they thought possible. So if we can help you on your leadership journey, if there's anything we can do to help you achieve more time in your day or be more productive, please yell out to me and my team. We'd love to be able to help.